Welcome to this episode of Our College, Your Voices. I'm your host, Kara Monroe. Ivy Tech is focused on developing the workforce to ensure the success of Indiana employers and our students. New technology, particularly in the manufacturing sector, has prompted the development of a new degree that addresses the growing technical needs of advanced manufacturing companies in Indiana. The Smart Manufacturing and Digital Integration degree will be available on select campuses beginning the fall of 2021. The subject matter experts, who are also faculty and chairs in the School of Advanced Manufacturing, Engineering, and Applied Science, developed the degree, and they are here along with the vice president of the school to provide more information. So let's meet them. First up is Sue Smith. Hi, Sue.
Hello, everyone. I am Sue Smith. I'm the Vice President of the School of Advanced Manufacturing, Engineering, and Applied Science. And I am really excited about this degree and to bring it to Indiana, actually the only community college that we know of in the United States who has such a degree. It's really exciting, and I appreciate all the hard work that these folks did in getting this to the state.
And now we have Bryce Eaton. Hi, Bryce.
Hi. I am a department chair in the School of Advanced Manufacturing, Engineering, and Applied Science at the Lafayette campus.
Welcome. And George Tackett.
Hi, Kara. George Tackett. I'm a program chair at beautiful Madison, Indiana.
It is a gorgeous campus. It's good to have you with us, George. And Joe Otte.
Hi, Joe Otte, adjunct faculty, former department chair at the Columbus campus for Advanced Automation, Robotics, Design, Industrial Tech. And now I am again serving as adjunct faculty, working with this group and developing this highly technical degree.
Joe, it's so weird to hear you describe yourself as adjunct faculty after working with you for so many years, but I'm so glad you've stayed connected to Ivy Tech as you've gone on to some other adventures. So we're glad that you're here. Next up is Molly Joseph. Hi, Molly.
Hi there. Yeah, Molly Joseph. I'm from the Terre, Haute campus. So I am the department chair of Industrial Technology and Advanced Automation and Robotics Technology.
Wonderful. Welcome. And Natalie Medich.
Hello, Kara, and hello, everybody. My name is Natalie Medich. I'm the department chair and assistant professor for the Advanced Automation and Robotics and Technology Department here in South Bend, Elkhart. And a growing campus in the technology lane.
Absolutely. You have a beautiful new facility in your area as well.
Yes. Excited to open it.
Excellent. And last but not least is Rufus Pace. Hi, Rufus.
I'm from the Terre Haute campus. I'm industrial technology faculty. I work alongside Molly Joseph.
Wonderful. Glad to have you all here. All right, let's dive in because I've got a ton of questions about this degree. Tell us about the Smart Manufacturing and Digital Integration degree. What are the skills that are taught in the degree that sort of guided us by manufacturers to create it and will contribute to the students getting really awesome jobs?
So with this degree, we wanted to make it student-centered. So it places the students at the forefront of the future of industry 4.0. So with this, we developed this degree with the new Industry 4.0 Smart Automation Certification Alliance, which is known as SACA. With that, we have included these embedded industry certifications within the courses that we have being offered. So with this program, students are going to be taught the skills from the world of IT, engineering, manufacturing operations, and informatics. These skills could then be used in the development of software or dashboards that are going to improve a manufacturing facility's efficiency. So students will then also be introduced to the industrial Internet of Things, industrial robotics with vision capabilities, collaborative robots, data analytics, high level of automation, cyber physical systems, and they will also discover how to integrate new technologies within an automated system. So basically, this program is designed to provide a lifetime career of opportunities for current and future students, and it's also will ensure Indiana's economic competitiveness with the latest trends in industry.
You know, Nat and Molly, it's so important because in one of our thought leader interviews, the most recent one that was released, Teresa Lubbers, who's our commissioner for higher education, talked about how Indiana is so susceptible to automation. And this is a way for us to avoid that susceptibility by really embracing smart manufacturing and digital integration. So this is so well timed.
Absolutely.
Why base a degree on certifications? And I know you all know this question. How many certifications is it? Because it's a lot.
Currently, we have embedded 10 SACA certifications in our current curriculum, but the new degree will have additional certifications as those certifications are developed by SACA and by industry. So that will grow to over 20. But there's a lot of reasons for us to be unique and have these SACA certifications in our degree. First, we need to consider industry in Indiana. Its historical relevance is strong in innovation and manufacturing. These certifications are industry-driven and recognized. This is truly the voice of the customer and allows Ivy Tech to align with industry demands for skills in new technologies. As a result, it supports economic development statewide. These certifications have two components. There's a written theoretical level that students would need to complete, and there's also a second highly valued hands-on competency, our gold level certification, that are built into the overall certification process. Additionally, the certifications allow Ivy Tech to be agile in technical education. Industry guides us in upgrading curriculum. In turn, we upskill our faculty, and this builds on the technical ecosystem in order to support innovation and growth. These certifications can be thought of as a complete degree or a standalone skill set if needed. It can be approached both ways. Data confirms that this degree is in high demand and it has a great salary attached to it. A great option for the traditional student. Many students have jobs before graduation, along with high percentage entering what I call the earn and learn scenario, or you could call it an apprentice, where they're actually coming to school and then employers are picking them up during the school process and they become apprentices. So they are working and also getting their degree at the same time, which is great. No debt coming out of school. So that is a great scenario. But this is also attractive as a standalone option. It's a way for companies to either assess or provide a particular skill set with current employees. A good example is our electricity and manufacturing. Some companies will actually say, this is a fundamental. We want to make sure our employees have this. So they can send a cohort of 10 or 15 employees through that particular skill set. And that could be on the workforce side. And then if they pass that at that silver and gold level, then that transitions into the academic side. We're also finding a new request. It's a way for industries to introduce new technologies and the related skills to an experienced employee. A good example of this is the quickly emerging technologies in smart sensors. Another is analyzing big data. So you have highly skilled employees that are already technically competent and valuable, but now these new emerging technologies are a need. So it's a way for them to upskill with a certificate or a particular certification.
Outstanding. And you talked a lot, Natalie, about employers. I'd love to hear from the group on how do you know that employers need and value this degree and the credential and all those certifications?
Kind of building off what Natalie said, we've actually sent a survey out to over 50 of our industry partners around the whole state of Indiana. And from this survey, we had an overwhelming response of 94.9% saying that there is a need for this new Industry 4.0 degree. And with many of their responses, they were revolving more around the electrical, the PLC, the robotics, your automation. So to reinforce the whole SACA certifications, these certs, there's the two parts to them with the hands-on practical test and the gold level certification. These certs will be built into each of the courses as you go through the program. This also gives you a third-party outside source that is further back in the competency of the students as they're going through.
I'd like to tag on a little bit here, Terre, if you don't mind. As the joke goes, what do you call the doctor that finishes last in his class? He's still a doctor, right?
Yep.
So what these certifications do for hiring managers at a company is provide a baseline level of knowledge that's verified. So both from a theory standpoint and from a practical hands-on standpoint, if a candidate that they're looking to hire has these certifications, then they know, in fact, these folks do have a certain level of knowledge. Because as we know in our classes, you're going to have a wide range of outcome of students. and the knowledge that they gather as they make their way through. So these certifications we felt like is a good basis to send our students out to the workforce with.
Such a good point, Bryce, because I think to this question of certification, we intentionally build degrees with certifications and certificates and things stacked into them. When life happens to our students too, it lets them know they've earned something along the way, which I think is great. And the way you all have structured this curriculum, which I will link to in the show notes, it's very easy for the student to get to a place where they earn a certification pretty quickly in the program. They're not easy to earn, but it's quick to get to the opportunity to earn it. I would imagine that if I go look in wherever people look for jobs nowadays on Indeed or career sites or those sorts of things, I'm not just going to find smart manufacturing and digital integration. So what are the types of careers that I might get if I attain these skills? And what salary range could I hope to get? We call this high wage, but what does that mean?
As you could imagine, when we were developing this program and doing research for the career outlook for this, it did not fit seamlessly into the standard occupational classification. And the reason for that is because of the various skill sets that the employees will have when they graduate from this degree, and really dictated again by our industry partners and what they're looking for a person to do. So that being said, again, skills in the IT, engineering, manufacturing, design, automation world. The skilled candidate for these occupations is typically going to be developing dashboards, doing robot integrations. By doing this, they're going to improve the manufacturing facilities throughput. So this occupation we look at as probably being categorized right now as a software developer with the support title of a digital manufacturing engineer or digital manufacturing technician. And I will say that I am starting to see these positions pop up on job boards now. And actually the salary I saw for those today is going to be quite higher than what I'm sharing with you. But I will tell you what it is after I tell you what the research showed. So we're looking at a 37.4% increase in this position by 2026, with still over 5,700 positions being unfilled by that time. The salary that we came up for that is touch over $80,000 for the median salary. That being said, though, today doing some research on this and now actually seeing this digital manufacturing engineer title out there, the actual salary set $110,000 to $147,000 for this type of position. So I just thought I'd throw that out there today. Other positions that we see this fitting into as well is electrical engineering, engineering technician, electrical engineering technologist. We are seeing a 8% growth in this by 2026. And the median pay for this position is just shy of $78,000. And then the final position that we have found is the industrial engineering technician. And the forecast for this looks like it's going to be nearly 19% growth by 2026. And the starting median pay for that is about $71,500. So as you can tell, it is definitely going to be a high wage. And the reason it's really going to be high demand as well is because of these new technologies. And I just want to throw this little bit of information out there. By 2030, it is projected in the US alone that there could be up to 54 million people needing to change occupations due to the Industry 4.0. And all that's going to do is just drive the need for people to get reskilled and, current high school students to take this path for smart manufacturing and digital integration.
As we think about the type of student that is going to be most likely to find success or enjoy this program, what's that typical student who's going to be interested in this type of degree and credential?
We've thought about this, and before COVID, we were able to travel a bit, and we traveled to an industry in Columbus, Indiana, and we were able to really take a look at the type of employees that they had doing this work. And what they did was they took 4-year degreed engineers and made them into technicians. And so we thought, what if we just made technicians that could do this work without that 4-year degree? So we're really looking, I think, at no typical student, but we're really looking at folks who are currently employed and want to upgrade into this Industry 4.0 space, and entry-level students, high school students even, who really want to have a great career that's really cool, that's really high-tech, and that will have them continue to learn, really for the rest of their career. Because as we build out as a country and as a society, as we build out this digital manufacturing supply chain, those jobs are only going to be more and more critical and more prevalent. And so we're really going to have to address that, I think, at the community college level, whether that's an add-on for an engineer or whether that's teaching a technician at the beginning of their career. I think we really need to focus in this space. So for employers, it's going to be a great thing for them as they can skill up their employees and really have access to some state-of-the-art education. So we're really thrilled about getting this done and getting our labs and curriculum and our faculty upgraded to this 4.0 level.
And Sue, something you said that, our faculty have to upgrade. I think this is one of the key learnings that I've had is just how fast manufacturing is changing because of all the digital automation that is entering manufacturing or is in manufacturing. And I just have to give an incredible amount of credit to our faculty in the School of Advanced Manufacturing, because there is so much you have to learn to keep up on, to keep pace. It is not, and I think we still all combat this now, it is not the kind of factory that, my grandpa or my dad might have worked in. It's very, very, very different now. So I hope folks know that and they talk about that with students as they're talking to them. Sure. So my segue into how is this degree different from other advanced manufacturing degrees in your school?
We do try to cover in our school all of the different aspects of whether it be manufacturing or maintenance or automotive service or whatever. And in reviewing and making sure that we were covering all the active topics, this degree was really birthed as a new role, a new need of a skill set that's unlike any of the other of the job descriptions in a facility. So the request really, as we've talked previously, was to get a person with a combination of skill sets in design technology, engineering, IT, data analytics, all coupled with the understanding of the components as they function in an automated system or in a standalone capacity. So to be clear, these students aren't geared to be industrial maintenance technicians. They're also not geared to be IT professionals. There's a need for a role in between that serves with a basis of knowledge of both sides, but really how to integrate those two together as we get into the new role of Industry 4.0 and automation that's coming into manufacturing. So we felt like there was a need to be prepared for that implementation of those technologies. So as it currently sits, we have not been able to find another degree like it at a community college level. So as Sue had mentioned before, they were really taking 4-year professionals and turning them into technicians. And we thought, man, what could we do better than to start from the bottom up and really develop them into what they need to be rather than adapting the job based on the skills that they might have. So, this degree supports lifelong learning as we've got these new certifications that have been developed very recently and continue to be developed. So we just got an email just a couple days ago that they've launched some more certifications that are those bite-sized, topical-based certifications based on need. So it'll also help support those production workers as they're looking to skill up. So, as we see a current labor shortage, you drive past any facility and you're going to see a now hiring sign. How do we overcome? How do employers overcome that labor shortage? And in Bryce's opinion, to overcome that labor shortage is to advance these technologies and really take those skills that could be done manually, but aren't being done manually because there's not the workforce to be able to do those, and automate those. And then take those folks that do those manual labor tasks and skill them up and potentially increase their income and give them a skill set that where they can really implement into this new Industry 4.0 role.
Excellent. So you all have done a great job today of telling the story of this degree and why it's so beneficial to Indiana. I know we're rolling it out in the fall of 2021. Can you talk a little bit more about how we're doing that?
I would like to piggyback on to what Bryce was saying is, what is Industry 4.0? What is the 4.0? So Industry 1.0 would be like your basic hand tools, like a hammer, a chisel, file, that sort of thing, manual labor. 2.0 would be, we have things like steam power, water power, or electricity. So like a hydraulic class, that would be kind of like an Industry 2.0 class. For 3.0, we have things like computers, which would involve like our robotics and our programmable controllers. But now they can talk to each other. And that's really where the 4.0 starts coming in. These devices, they talk to each other. There's also something called IoT, which would be the Internet Industry of Things. Everything is connected together now. And we have to have those classes that support that. How this gets rolled out to the public? Well, we're working on marketing materials that has like the usual program description and checklist. There's a few campuses that will be starting this fall, but my campus, so we will probably wait till the fall of 22 before we really roll it out. So we have all the equipment and courses fully developed. There's really two types of marketing that we're working on. One is internal, and that is we met with our program advisors and, of course, our board of trustees to let them know what's going on. And we're also describing the difference between our SMDI degree and things like the industrial technology and the advanced automation and robotics degree. And also, that's why we're here. We're here to educate everybody in the college and appreciate this opportunity. We have the internal marketing that we have to work on first. So if I see anybody, it's Ivy Tech. We don't necessarily know what department that we work with. So we want to make sure we get the word out internally first. And on the public side, again, we have things like the checklist and a website, but also what's really important is our advisory boards. Our advisory board was important in creating this degree. And we're providing updates and feedback to them on our progress. And my own has been just really great. They recognized the need for this, and we had their immediate support, and they're very interested. We also mentioned that I've had conversations with our K-14 director and about a possible pathway, and I think we've made a lot of progress there as well.
George, you just answered a question I didn't realize I had, which was to explain all the different Industry 1, Industry 2, Industry 3. Thank you so much for that. I never thought about yeah, that's awesome. I love it. What is some of the early recognition that this degree has already gotten? And talk a little bit more about some of those partnerships that have evolved to create this degree.
So we, to develop the degree, we partnered, some of the folks on this team partnered with community colleges across the country and with national industry partners across the country to really get at the competencies that they think they are going to need in the future. And that's where this Smart Automation Certification Alliance really came in, or SACA as we call it, as they came alongside us and said, okay, let us develop the certifications that demonstrate those competencies. And then we would those to add to our curriculum, to build our curriculum. And so we worked with other colleges, and again, that got recognized by the Department of Labor. And that was nationally, but it also got recognized by the American Association of Community Colleges, who also gave us an apprenticeship expansion award to assist us in getting the model started in Indiana, which of course can be replicated across the country, as we'll share our curriculum in this smart manufacturing and digital integration degree with all campuses or with all colleges across the country. And then I think the other interesting thing was we've never really won an award from the Indiana Manufacturers Association. I can't really think of any educational entity who's won an award from them, but the 5 folks who put this degree together won that award from them last year and got recognized for their contribution to manufacturing in Indiana. So I thought that was really worth mentioning that this team had been recognized.
Congratulations to all of you. That is fantastic. That's awesome. We end every episode with a call to action. So here it is. Students and employers who want to know more should reach out to the college to utilize the credentials for the current and future workforce. We want students to be excited by the coolness of the credentials in their careers. And I have to say, if you have not done a campus visit, this team has some of the most fun stuff to play with. If there's ever an opportunity, you get to attend a demo or like a live day on campus. It is so much fun. We want employers to be encouraged, understanding that we are focused on their current and future workforce needs, and we want employers to be aware of the apprenticeship model and it's how it's used to support employers and their employees. Thanks again for joining this episode of Our College, Your Voices. I want to again thank my guests today, Sue Smith, Vice President of Advanced Manufacturing, Engineering, and Applied Science at Systems Office, Bryce Eaton, Department Chair of AMEAS at Lafayette, George Tackett, Program Chair for AMES at Madison, Joe Otte, Adjunct Faculty for AMES from Columbus, Molly Joseph, Department Chair, Advanced Automation and Robotics Technology and Industrial Technology from Terre, Haute, Natalie Medich, Department Chair and Assistant Professor in Advanced Automation and Robotics from South Bend, Elkhart, and Rufus Pace, Industrial Technology Instructor from Terre, Haute. I'm your host, Kara Monroe. You can connect with me on Twitter at K&M Tweets. Our producer is Sarah Ferguson. You can reach us by email at ourcollegeyourvoices@ivytech.edu. Don't forget, if you're an Ivy Tech faculty or staff member, you can join our Microsoft Teams listener community. I send out instructions on that every Thursday. Our website, where you'll find links to our show notes, is ivytech.edu/podcast. Production assistance for this and every episode is provided by Becky Campbell and the Ivy Tech Community College Creative Services team. Our podcast concept is by Matthew Pittman. Theme music and post-production services provided by Jen Eads at the Browsy Broadcasting Company. We will talk to you next time on Our College, Your Voices.